So you see all these perfect people, all these perfect couples, and you think, how can I have a perfect relationship? How come my relationship isn't good? How can I have a good relationship? And you're coming to me and asking me, how can I have a good relationship? Beats me. Hi, my name's JR and welcome to My Marriage is Worth It, where we bring hope and joy to dead, dying, and boring marriages. If that sounds like you or something you can benefit from, go ahead and click the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we post videos just like this one. So everybody wants to have the perfect fairy tale romance, the storybook marriage, that storybook relationship, that dream relationship. Well, today I'm gonna show you in this video how to have a good, no, scratch that, how to have a great relationship. So here are 5 relationship secrets that are gonna help you have a great relationship. And I call them secrets, but really, they're just the essentials. And they may seem a little basic, but don't lose the fact that they are actually essential. The first one is communication. Regular and open communication. You see, if you want to have a great relationship with your spouse, you need to communicate regularly about you, about the things that are going on in your life, about the feelings that you're having, about your emotions, your joys and your sorrows. We talked about this in another video called the One Flesh Principle. When you got married, you were telling your spouse in the world that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with this person. You wanted to share your joys and sorrows with them. You wanted to share your ambitions. You wanted to share life with them. If you want to share life with them, then share life with them. Communicate regularly with them. Talk with them about your dreams. Talk with them about your nightmares. Talk with them about the things that matter to you and that are important to you. And be open in your communication. Don't hold anything back. Don't hide anything. Really, you're hiding from your spouse. If you hide things from your spouse, how can you ever expect to have a great relationship? So you need to have regular communication, and it needs to be open communication. Now listen, I know that there's some things that we're embarrassed by, there's some things that we're ashamed of, and I'm not saying that you need to go into all the gory details of everything, but you need to be open with them. You need to trust them with your heart if you expect them to trust you with their heart. Which leads to the second essential, and that is trust. You know, you have to have trust in your relationship. If you don't have trust in your relationship, you might as well pack it up and go home. If you want to have a thriving relationship, a fantastic relationship, you got to have trust. Now listen, I know in some of your relationships, trust has been broken. There has been betrayal. There has been manipulation. And now you're looking at your spouse and you're thinking, I can't ever trust them again. And that is a very bad place to be. You need to start rebuilding the trust. You need to put a plan in place for them to start rebuilding the trust. And you need to give them an opportunity to build that trust. You can't just say forever, you have to earn this trust, and you have to show me that I can trust you. Well, yes, they do need to do that, but you need to give them an opportunity to do that. One thing that we did many years ago with our children is they were getting to the age where they could start to stay at home by themselves. But we're like, I don't know if I trust them to go out on a date night. I definitely don't trust them to go away for the night. How can I trust them to be at home? And we were trying to figure this out. And we lived on a country road. So it was about a 20-minute walk down to the corner and back. So we told our kids, we're going to walk down to the corner and we're going to walk back and we're going to leave you here in the house by yourself. And if anything happens, just yell and let us know because we're down the street, we'll hear you. So we gave them opportunity to earn our trust. We walked down to the corner, we came back, there was no blood, the house was still standing, and we're like, this is great. So now maybe next time we can go to the store and then come back. And over time, they started to earn our trust, but we had to give them an opportunity to do so. It's the same thing in your marriage. If there's been betrayal in your marriage, if your spouse has betrayed your trust, you have to give them opportunities to earn it back. Because trust is absolutely essential if you want to have a great relationship. The next thing that's absolutely essential to have a great relationship is QT. Quality time. Actually, quality and quantity time. That's the whole debate, right? Is it quality time or is it quantity time? Some people say, I don't spend a lot of time with my spouse, I don't spend a lot of time with my kids, but the time we spend together, it's great. We have an awesome time. We used to get together when I was younger for family get-togethers, like at Christmas and holidays, and I would see family members who I haven't seen the entire year, and we would have an amazing time. It was an awesome time together, but it was only like once a year. And the rest of the time, we didn't even see the person. How strong do you think that relationship was? It wasn't very strong. We really didn't know them. We knew that when we were together, we had a good time, but we really didn't know the person. Our relationship really wasn't that strong. So yeah, quality time was great, but without quantity time, the quality starts to suffer as well. So you need to have quality time with your spouse, but you also need to have quantity time. And then, on the other side of the spectrum, some people will say, well, it's about quantity time over quality time. I spend a lot of time with my spouse. We spend a lot of time doing things together. But listen, if you spend all your time with your spouse, but you're a jerk, that doesn't mean anything. That's not going to build your relationship. So you need to have quantity time and you need to have quality time. You need to have both in order to have a great relationship. The fourth essential that is so essential to having a great relationship with your spouse is acceptance. Now, we're not saying accepting bad behavior or accepting things when they treat you poorly. We're just talking about accepting them as them. Flaws and all, warts and all. God accepts us just as we are. Now, He doesn't want us to stay that way, and we shouldn't want our spouse or our marriage to be in a situation that is detrimental to the health of our marriage. But we need to accept them for who they are and where they are. God has extended mercy to us. He has extended grace to us, and He has extended forgiveness to us. And we need to extend those things to our spouse as well. Especially if we claim to be Christians, we claim to be walking in the ways of God, then we need to be demonstrating that in our actions towards our spouse. So when our spouse sins, when they fall, when they hurt us, we need to be merciful. Now listen, when you're merciful, when you extend grace, when you're forgiving, you're not saying to the person, what you're doing is okay. What you're saying is, I'm going to love you anyway. You realize when you stood there in front of the pastor or in front of the church with your spouse, you said, for better or for worse. For worse means for worse. It doesn't mean for better, and if things get a little bad, I'll still love you, but if they get worse, I'm out of here. No, you said for worse. So that means accepting your spouse, flaws and all. So when they make a mistake, when something happens, you need to extend mercy to them. You need to extend grace, and you need to be able to forgive. And hey, number 5 is support. You need to support your spouse. You need to support their dreams. You need to support the goals that they have in life. You need to support their interests and their hobbies. You know what? A lot of people say, well, they like that, I don't like that, I'm not going to be part of that. Really, I don't understand that. You got married because you wanted to be part of their life. My wife, she doesn't love football. I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fan. Don't hate me or unsubscribe because of that. But, I love watching them. My wife's not like the craziest about it. She can watch it, she understands it, and she does enjoy it a little bit, but she doesn't enjoy it the way I do. But she will act like it. I mean, she's not lying or anything. She'll be there. She'll root with me. She'll support me in the things that I enjoy doing, and I support her in the things that she enjoys doing. There are things that she likes to do that I'm not the craziest about, but I'm there with her, and I'm supporting her and loving her through. And listen, if you want to have a great relationship with your spouse, you need to support them. You need to love them, and you need to be encouraging, not critical, not cutting them down, not being sarcastic, but being loving, supportive, and encouraging. One thing my wife does almost every day is I get a text from her that says, "You are my favorite man." And I can't tell you how that makes me feel inside. One, it makes me feel that I am truly loved for who I am, but also it makes me feel like I want to be that man. That man that she says is her favorite man, that's the man I want to be. That man that she looks up to, the man that she loves and encourages and supports, I want to be that kind of man. So those are the essentials, the basics of a great relationship. Okay, so now it's your turn. What one thing are you going to focus on this week to make sure that your marriage is absolutely amazing? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you want to know more or learn how to apply these principles to your marriage, click on the description below for more videos and resources. Until next time, my marriage is worth it. Is yours?